right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round one of the final TNE of the summer season. We've got TRXRT on the play on the bottom of your screen, and we've got YurickYu up at the top. All right, your TRXRT looking at, you got a Tokas, a Ramba Arena Showman, and a Split Flame Draconis in hand. So a little bit of a slow start, but I like these 2/3 drops. And then a Zaltree sitting there, actually going to put that one to the bottom. But yeah, if YurickYu isn't putting on pressure, which it doesn't look like YurickYu's deck is designed to do, then this seems like a perfectly acceptable hand.
Yeah, I remember I played a lot of, like 2 years ago, I played a lot of FGS versus this kind of FTP deck, and I was usually on the losing end of it. So we'll see if this changes, because I really haven't seen a lot of both of these decks in the ladder recently. So we'll see how it works out.
Well, that scribe bug gonna hit you always. Alchi thrown to the bottom and gonna draw one anyway. And then here comes Tokas here, and I'm joking everyone about the scribe bug. It's not actually a bug, it's a joke, but that's still gonna get Zalchi here. Vicious Highwayman, another card that we see recently changed here. Now a 4-cost 4/2 with charge and Warcry. That's gonna attack in, get some damage in, but TRXRT gonna sit with this Tokas here. And Tokas is pretty good. And then you gotta fire off a Permafrost as well to take out that Highwayman and just pass it back.
TRXRT kind of struggles without second fire because he have a lot of cards that. Oh, and he got it, so
There
he
you
can
go.
now play anything he wants.
Yeah, always had it, right? Needed a second fire for all 3 cards in hand, hit it just on time, and that was undepleted, which allowed TRXRT to also just flam Zalchi here. And yeah, that's pretty good, slamming Zalchi on curve.
Yeah, I guess Yurik will now do harsh rule to reset the board or not.
Ooh, we're gonna see a Rizon, nice little promo Rizon here. Nice job there, and that's gonna
Yes.
take out that Tokas.
Reason worked, of course, much better before the nerf because he was almost always lifesteal, and now that's no longer true. I guess we will now probably see harsh rule
Yeah, I think you might have to, or end of the story. Yeah,
or end of the story.
yeah, same thing. Gonna take care of both the dragon and the Zalchi, but remember Zalchi has that busted entomb ability, which is play 2/4/4 flyers. So if you manage to deal with the Zalchi, just get 2/4/4 flyers with the trouble, and that might just be
And
lethal.
yeah, send the second Zalchi to seal the deal.
Oof.
Just like that. Yes, that's exactly the deck. I played a lot of versus and not a lot of actually myself playing with this deck because it's kind of not my style. But yeah, it's very good deck.
Yeah, that seemed pretty good. Let's take a look at YurickYu's list here, since we looked at TRX's deck already, but that one seemed pretty good. It's funny, it almost played like an aggro deck in that matchup. It's hard to say that when you play 7-drop, but but it did come out there swinging a little bit. Let's see if we can
Yes,
get.
I mean I guess the whole game kind of was decided on the fact that TRXRT had drawn second fire.
Yes.
So yes, that's actually the deck I played a lot myself. Kinda almost have, I guess, a little. Almost all the cards are like 2 year old. Uh, I can't see a single card. I guess. Oh, I guess in the power that is relatively new, but that's the classic FGS that you've played 2 year ago,
Hmm.
basically.
Right. All right.
So
So YurickYu on the
yeah,
play, down a game. We don't have control over that, but it's fortunate when it works out that way. YurickYu just gonna play. He's gonna scout a little bit, develop their power base. It's funny, both of these decks are kind of similar in that they're not aggro, but they have very aggressive cards at the top of their curve, right? We're looking at a 7-cost Ikaria, that Vicious Highwayman. It's not your 1, 2, 3 Yeti curve, but it's sort of your 4, 5, 6 powerful curve.
yes. So I guess TRXRT have couple of small units to kind of control the board until uh, until turn for power 6 or 7. But it seems it may be not that easy
Yeah, and
to
kept the
do.
Zhao Qi on top this time. but pretty far away from casting it. Only the 5th power in hand. We'll have to see if TRX is able to get the rest of that power. But like you said, having the Mother of Sky stick around and then slamming the Ramba, being able to get a hatchling off of it as well is pretty good. But YurickYu going to keep attacking for 4, and that's 2 Warcry triggers. Got to be happy with that.
Yes, quite interesting. There was no block, but
Nope.
I guess TRXRT feels like he's like the one who will have to push here. Probably, I'm not sure.
Yeah. And being able to hit with
But
that
yeah,
Ramba and reducing the cost of everything in hand is pretty nice.
that discount is devastating. I would say. Yeah, with the Draconos' hand, I
Oof.
think this one is likely.
Get another
Okay,
Drake out of the
maybe,
deal.
I guess only way for Rikyu to go is to do end of story and hope there would be. Oh, there is no hope because it's already cost 5.
Yeah.
Zelchi.
The Zelchi now
So
costs 5.
it's 7, and the next turn, even if you do like you can kill it with display of ambition, I guess an attack, but probably you would die next turn. We'll see. Yeah, I guess YurickYu goes for Smuggler and will keep his display of ambition.
Yeah, grabbing Fall to Ruin there. We get another Hatchling. Eastanic Smuggler. Yep, display of Instinct here.
So the YurickYu need to remove Zalchi and then next turn remove everything with Ruin, if I remember correctly, the card.
Yeah, well, this is going to get negated thanks to that display of Instinct that TRX went and grabbed, and that is just going to be
And
lethal.
that's
Exactly.
game,
Yeah.
yes.
Well done. So for such an expensive deck, that went a lot a lot faster than I expected it to, but that was a quick 2-0 courtesy of TRX. So well done, TRX. Let's see if we can get some backup matches here. See who else is playing.
Discount on units is really crazy with the deck, yes.
Yeah, getting your Zalchi down to 5 cost is is pretty nice. Oh wow, so many of the matches are done already. Wow. All right, let's see if we can
It
get.
is a relatively quick meta. I would guess the only games that go long involve Cambrai relics, because all the game with Cambrai relics usually go really long, unless Agro just overrun it.
Well, I think Old Rich and Go Zoo are still playing, so let's see. Give me 1 second to try to get down those. All right, I think that they are ready to go. Yep. All right, let's head down. We've got Old Rich at the bottom of your screen, and Old Rich is up 1 game. So let me get that updated for folks, Croge, and kind of walk us through what you see going on here.
So this is on the bottom we have Kyra deck. Based on the cards I see, it's more or less classical build for the time being. And we have Report Meet on the top by Gozo. Good thing for Gozo that Aldrich has relatively little going on for him for now, because there is no spells, no cards that would draw you cards when you play spells on them. So and generally speaking, Argent Port Mid is probably a bit stronger late game than Kyra, especially like on empty board or something like that.
Sure.
I guess Aldrich want to go to the skies.
Yeah, that's interesting. So
With really
Suicide attacking the Iron Priestess in, basically just trading the body for a 3/3 weapon, essentially moving that 3/3 ground unit into the air and putting it in, now making a 6/6 flyer.
Yes, I guess Aldrich want probably to do killer next turn to get rid of 6/6.
This is
But
interesting.
there is
Yes.
Vara, which should prolong game enough to help Gozo, who will plunder now. So yeah, removing Vara instead of 6/6.
Yep, so that's going to take out Vara, but keeping the 6/6 flyer, hit Gozu down to 16 and then draw a card off of this Trove. It's just going to be a Justice symbol. So right now it's a race of the 6/6s. Old Rich has a slight advantage in the flyer and the life total advantage, but Gozu has 4 cards in hand to Old Rich's none, basically. And here comes a Mandavella, and that's just going to be a clean kill. Remember, Mandavella can go negative. It doesn't need to be, it can kill anything. So that's a nice play for Gozu, sticking with the 6/6, and now Old Rich has to kind of play from behind. Old Rich has nothing left in hand. Ooh, Roland's going to be pretty good here as
Yes,
well.
I don't really see a path for Aldrich to win this one.
Maybe a Karia off the top. That's not going to do it. And Old Rich is going to throw that one in, and Gozu's going to tie it up 1 game apiece. So let's take a look at Old Rich's deck here. Remember, Old Rich is right on that edge for a wild card. So here's Old Rich's Hurukira. No surprise here. I'm not sure if there's any major changes. This is maybe one of the decks that didn't get quite as shifted around from the card changes. Just good old classic Kira.
I guess Valkyrie Enforcer is not like in every build, and Veliz also is not in every build of this, but yes, they are quite popular still. So yeah, just your usual Hurukira. You try to have a couple of units that you try to save with Aegis and that Silverback protection, if I remember correctly, that would keep 2 units not receiving damage and also do a lot of other stuff. And you want to have Kyra or that to 2 for free that would draw you spells when you draw you cards when you play spells on them to kind of cycle through your deck and probably kill opponent with triple upgraded Kyra. And based on what I played, this matchup is pretty even in the terms that it's mostly about if Kyra can play its plan, basically can implement it or not.
Yeah. Well, we saw that Airmots Designs, you mentioned that one earlier. That's going to be just sort of a 1-for-1 on the Hojin. But then Old Rich going to follow up with an Iron Priestess and another Baby Akaria here. So also keeping up a Silverblade Intrusion, no Kira to trigger off of, but can still protect the units if Gozu goes for a removal spell here.
Yes, that's you can kind of help with combat, but Agenport Message do not have any damage removals, so it wouldn't help again removal spells.
Wasteland Broker here. Hey, we saw, speaking of things that we used to see all the time, how about that Argenport Silex drawing, getting a treasure trove, having that perfect influence here. Something that used to be all over Eternal and not so much anymore. Probably best for the game that people just don't get insane value from this.
So Silver-Bladed Intrusion gets fully upgraded here because Gozo still have 6 cards in hand. I wonder if the better play would be to attack with the boss, but I'm not sure. Maybe you want to try to catch Gozo on defense, and I guess that's what we are having here.
Yeah, just gonna let that attack in through. So we're gonna take 4. And Siditi, instead of that onslaught, we're gonna get that Curse of Provocation. Now this again, nerf from maybe as powerful as it used to be, but yeah, when you still get it, it's still a 6/6 flyer, and you still get the curse if no damage was dealt. Draw a card, so still pretty good turn there for Gozu. And Old Rich does have the Maveloft Huntress, so he's going to be able to take out. But choosing to attack first. Okay.
I guess to play Silver Blade Intrusion.
Gonna play the Silverblade Intrusion. That's gonna keep the unit alive, but not gonna take out Sediti.
I mean, they still can take out Sediti with killer attack, but I'm not sure
Right,
if
but
it is really viable now.
yeah, it's interesting. If that was the plan, I feel like you're better off doing it before, but maybe not.
You can take out for 4 and keeping, even if you imbue to 2, you still will die to for 4. So
Right.
I'm not sure what was the plan here.
Right, exactly.
And the main problem for Aldrich here is that there is still no Kyra, so he can't kind of cycle his spells to get more cards. Because you want to basically run away with card advantage here. We'll see what. Yes, and no power to
Right.
to plunder here.
Okay. Well, so the end result's going to be basically the same, except Old Rich basically traded in a Silverblade Intrusion for a Valkyrie, but we don't have the hand cam for Gozu, so I'm not sure what's in Gozu's hand. They're not sharing their screen, unfortunately, but we'll get that obviously back for next round. But yeah, gonna keep that attack on. Say, hey, I'm happy to trade if you want.
Yes, I guess the reason Aldrich don't want to go to trade here because they hope they would draw Pyra and finally will be able to start that draw galore. Interesting. So attacking priestess for keep Vara really small.
Okay, I'm gonna put that equipment, the 2/2, back onto the Ikaria, so that's gonna be a 6/5 flying endurance, which is pretty good against what Gozu has right now. But we know that Archiport deck has a bunch of targeted removal. But Old Rich gonna keep up this Silverblade Intrusion the rest of the game. You can see here, not playing out the Hojin to keep up the protection spell makes a lot of sense.
Interesting, but if you play Hojin instead of that 2/2 weapon, you could have just removed both opponent minions here, as well as activating Valor on Hojin.
True. Instead, gonna chump block. Gozu's gonna gain 3 health from the Vara.
I wonder what Aldrich playing again here.
I mean, this is
Isn't
getting
that
big, right? It's gonna be. I mean, this is 2-turn clock potentially for Old Rich.
Yeah, I mean, why he do not block block Vara? I guess I'm not sure. Do Gozo have that Vara spell? Is deck? Let me see.
So Gozu gonna cast into Shadow and Decimate it to try to kill 2 units here, but Old Rich is going to make the units indestructible. And gonna draw a card off of Kira, and then also draw another one here. So that was a good turn for Old Rich. But the only thing to note here is that now Old Rich is out of protection spell. Oh, actually, so it killed it anyway. Is it invulnerable to damage? I mean,
yes, it's vulnerable to damage, but
yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I guess Aldrich haven't blocked with Vara because of Vara authority, which Gozo have 2 in this list. So
Yeah, makes sense.
that's probably the reason.
Forgive me, Chad. I
Yeah,
forgot that it wasn't indestructible and it was vulnerable to damage. So Cast in Shadow is going to kill both those units. So Old Rich was basically just cycling those to get get fresh cards off of Kira and get another Valkyrie. But yeah, Gozu now following up with some pretty good threats, and Old Rich down to 8. And now Old Rich is going to have to play from behind here. Not great. Presumably, Gozu with 4 cards in hand can find another removal spell. And drawing an extra card because no damage was done with the curse.
Yes. I guess unless Gozu have hand of something like 6 powers, it shouldn't last long.
Yeah, the unexpected suspense here. There you go. Fast slay, but cast at slow speed anyway. It's still pretty good.
And now you can just a space.
Yep. And that's going to be it. So Gozu going to come back from down a game and come back and take that 2-1.